everybody, and welcome to Barry's Wood Creations. If you're a returning viewer, and if you're new to the channel, then you're most welcome as well. So for today's project, I want to do a vase, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. At our local wood turning club at King's Lynn, Steve at SK Crafts did a demo last month of a water droplet bowl. So I thought I'd like to have a go at that. I've done a couple of water droplet bowls before, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've got a piece of ash, which is about 3 inches square, and it's about 8.5 inches long, and I'm going to put this up on the lathe between centres and turn a tenon on one end so I can put it into the chuck. And what I'm thinking is that I'm going to do the water droplet effect on the sides of the vase. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or whether this is something that will go drastically wrong. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a try. At the very worst, I'll take the paint off and just form a traditional type vase. But I'm going to give it a try, see if I can get some effect on it. It will be very much developing as I go along, because I've got an idea of the shape in my head, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to get this up onto the lathe, so why don't you come across and join me and we'll get started. Okay, so I've got a tenon on this end. It's in the chuck, and I'm not doing anything with this at the moment. I have sanded these surfaces up to 320. There are 1 or 2 little machine marks around this end, but I'm not worried about that because that's going to be cut away. Like I say, I've just put the tenon on this end. So these are the surfaces I'm going to apply the spray paint to first of all, and we'll get on and do that. I'm going to have the extractor running just to take some of the fumes away, and I've just put some tape round just to protect the chuck a little bit. So let's get on and do that. Okay, so I've just got the 4 sides sprayed up now with the light blue paint, so I'm ready to go to the next stage now. Just before I show you how to create the water droplet effect, I'm just going to mask up this side, and I'll mask up the reverse side as well, because I don't really want any overspray on these surfaces just yet. It is going to be a case of doing one side at a time, so I'll show you the first one so you can see the process, and then off camera I'll do the other surfaces to create the same effect on each of the 4 sides. So I'm going to get on and get this mask up, and then we'll start the process. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some water onto the piece, and hopefully create some bubble effects. Okay, so I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but you can see there that there are various size bubbles on there, that the water sprayed on there gives that that texture to it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a darker blue spray paint, just an ordinary gloss spray paint, and I'm going to spray working from this side and across into the piece that way, and I'm going to put the extractor on again just to take some of the fumes away. Now hopefully you can see the effect there. So by spraying from this direction across at a very low angle, I've just picked up one side of all the bubbles that are on the piece. Now I'm going to turn it round now 180 degrees, and then I'm going to spray with a white paint the opposite direction. You need to be very careful with this when you're moving it round. To this side, and once again I'll put the extractor on and we'll do it with the white paint. So there we are, that gives that the effect of the bubbles, or 3D effect on those water droplets. The process now is to let that dry, and once that's dry I'll give that a coat of lacquer over the top, and then we'll turn it over and we'll do the same on the other sides. So it's the same process on all four sides to create this water droplet effect. Well, there we go. I've put the bubble effect on the two opposite sides, and I'm just going to take the tape off now. I was going to put the same effect on all four sides, but I'm just going to have a look to see what it looks like. So I'm a bit undecided at this stage, but I'm going to take the tape off, and hopefully we can then have a look and decide what we're going to do. So I have got the other two sides, I've got the base coat on, so I can do the same. But I'm not sure at this stage if that's what I am going to do. I'm going to take the tape off the other side as well. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do on the other sides really. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go for the same effect, or whether I'm going to take this coat off and perhaps look at something a bit different. So I'm going to give that a little bit of thought, a little bit more time just to dry off. It's touch dry, but I'll have to give it a couple of coats of lacquer just to seal that, so that we don't get any smudging when yeah, we'll give that a few minutes, and then we'll make a decision on what we're going to do. Okay, so I've taken the tape off, and I've got two sides now still to do. I have decided to continue with my original plan, and that's to do the water drop effect on all four sides. So I'm going to go through that process again now, put some water on, and see if we can get a similar effect on the other two sides. Okay, so I've got the piece back in the jaws, and I've just brought the tail stake up for a little bit of support. I've got one or two little bits and pieces. This is going to be coming away because I'm going to shape the bottom of the vase, and I'm going to lose some at the top here because I'm going to put some shape in that as well, up for a neck. There is a little bit of overspray in places, but I think I can lose that, and there's a little bit of paint come off there. But I've put 2 coats of lacquer on it, so I'm hoping that that's going to keep it sealed while I do the rest of the shaping. So we'll get the lathe started, and we'll get underway. So there we go, that's all finished now. Refined the shape, just put a little bead around the collar there just to give a little bit of detail to it. So I'm happy with the shape. I just need now to seal the wood. I'll put some sanding sealer on now onto the bare wood, and then finish it off and give it 2 or 3 more coats of lacquer. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll part it off, and that'll be it. That's the bud vase finished. It stands around about 7.5 inches tall, and It's about 2.5 inches square around the middle. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. It's been enjoyable to turn it, and it's a slightly different technique, but hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. And please, if you did, then give it the thumbs up. If you didn't, then please leave a comment below and tell me why you didn't like it. So I'm always looking for improvement and ways in which I can improve my turning. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. The bottom's been sanded off and finished, just a maker's mark to put in the bottom there, and I've left the hole in the top there so that I can put in the tube in, just a insert so that you can put some flowers in or something in there. The process that I've used for the water drop effect, hopefully I've demonstrated that reasonably well on the video, but if you want to see somebody do that, well, I learnt it from Wayne the Woodturner, and Steve over at SK Crafts has also done some water drop effects, and they're all very, very good. So not sure whether this is quite matched up to their high standards, but nevertheless I've enjoyed doing it, happy with the result. So I'm going to say bye bye for now, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.